Question 5. Ordinary people are entirely enmeshed in heavy evil karma and are full of all kinds of afflictions, even though they may have some virtues. As a result of cultivation, they find it difficult to sever even a fraction of their defilements and hindrances. The land of ultimate bliss, on the other hand, is extremely purely adorned, transcending the triple realm. How can such depraved common mortals hope to be reborn there? Answer: there are two conditions for rebirth: self-power, and other power. As far as self-power is concerned, while the ordinary beings of this world, totally bound by their attachments and afflictions, may have some level of cultivation, in reality, they still cannot be reborn in the Pure Land nor deserve to reside there. The Peace and Bliss Collection states, those who first develop the Bodhi mind, starting from the level of completely fettered ordinary beings ignorant of the three treasures and the law of cause and effect, should base themselves initially on faith. Next, when they have embarked upon the Bodhi path, the precepts should serve as their foundation. If these ordinary beings accept the Bodhisattva precepts and continue to uphold them unfailingly and without interruption for 3 kalpas, they will reach the first abode of bodhisattvahood. If they pursue their cultivation in this manner through the 10 paramitas as well as countless vows and practices, one after another without interruption, at the end of 10,000 kalpas they will reach the 6th abode of bodhisattvahood. Should they continue still further, they will reach the 7th abode, non-retrogression. They will then have entered the stage of the seed of Buddhahood, i.e., they are assured of eventual Buddhahood. However, even then, they still cannot achieve rebirth in the Pure Land, that is, if they rely on self-power alone. With regard to other power, if anyone believes in the power of Amitabha Buddha's compassionate vow to rescue sentient beings and then develops the Bodhi mind, cultivates the Buddha remembrance, recitation, samadhi, grows weary of his temporal, impure body in the triple realm, practices charity, upholds the precepts, and performs other meritorious deeds dedicating all the merits and virtues to rebirth in the Western land, his aspirations and the Buddha's response will be in accord. Relying thus on the Buddha's power, immediately achieve rebirth. He will thus, it is stated in the commentary on the 10 stages of bodhisattvahood. There are 2 paths of cultivation, the difficult path and the easy path. The difficult path refers to the practices of sentient beings in the world of the 5 turbidities, who, through countless Buddha eras, aspire to reach the stage of non-retrogression. The difficulties are truly countless, as numerous as specks of dust or grains of sand, too numerous to imagine. I will summarize the 5 major ones below. A. Externalists are legion, creating confusion with respect to the bodhisattva dharma. B. Evil beings destroy the practitioner's good, wholesome virtues. C. Worldly merits and blessings can easily lead the practitioner astray, so that he ceases to engage in virtuous practices. D. It is easy to stray onto the arhat's path of self-benefit, which obstructs the mind of great compassion, relying exclusively on self-power, without the aid of the Buddha's power, makes cultivation very difficult and arduous. It is not unlike the case of a feeble, handicapped person, walking alone, who can only go so far each day regardless of how much effort he expends. The easy path of cultivation means that, if sentient beings in this world believe in the Buddha's words, practice Buddha recitation and vow to be reborn in the Pure Land, they are assisted by the Buddha's vow power and assured of rebirth. This is analogous to a person who floats downstream in a boat. Although the distance may be many thousands of miles, his destination will be reached in no time. Similarly, a common being, relying on the power of a universal monarch, a kind of deity, can traverse the 4 great universes in a day and a night. This is not due to his own power, but, rather, to the power of the monarch. Some people, reasoning according to noumenon principle, may say that common beings, being conditioned, see glossary, cannot be reborn in the Pure Land, or see the Buddha's body. The answer is that the virtues of Buddha recitation are unconditioned, good roots. Ordinary, impure persons who develop the Bodhi mind in the Pure Land or see the Buddha's body. The answer is that the virtues of Buddha recitation are unconditioned, good roots. Ordinary, impure persons who develop the Bodhi mind, seek rebirth and constantly practice Buddha recitation can subdue and destroy afflictions, achieve rebirth and, depending on their level of cultivation, obtain vision of the rudimentary aspects of the Buddha, the 32 marks of greatness. For example, Bodhisattvas, naturally, can achieve rebirth and see the subtle, loftier aspects of the Buddha, i.e., the Dharma body. There can be no doubt about this. Thus, the Avatamsaka Sutra states, all the various Buddha lands are equally purely adorned. Because the karmic practices of sentient beings differ, their perceptions of these lands are different. This is the meaning of what was said earlier. Question 6. Although sentient beings, completely enmeshed in afflictions and evil views, may achieve rebirth in the Pure Land, they are bound and attained the stage of non-retrogression. Answer. Those who are reborn in the Pure Land, though they may be ordinary beings totally enmeshed in evil karma, cannot ever develop afflictions or perverse views, nor can they fail to achieve non-retrogression. This is due to 5 factors. A. The power of the Buddha's great, compassionate vow embraces and protects them. B. The Buddha's light, wisdom, always shines upon them and, therefore, the Bodhi mind of these superior persons will always progress. C. In the Western Pure Land, the birds, water, forests, trees, wind and music all preach the Dharma of suffering, emptiness, impermanence and no self. Upon hearing this, practitioners begin to focus on the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. D. Those who are reborn in the Pure Land have the highest level bodhisattvas as their companions and are free from all obstacles, calamities and evil conditions. Moreover, there are no externalists or evil demons, so their minds are always calm and still. E. Once they are reborn in the Pure Land, their lifespan is inexhaustible, equal to that of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus, they can peacefully cultivate for countless eons. As a result of these 5 causes and conditions, sentient beings who are reborn in the Pure Land will certainly achieve non-retrogression, and will never develop afflictions or perverse views. Sentient beings in this world of the 5 turbidities, on the other hand, have short lifespans, and face a host of perverse conditions and obstructions. Therefore, they have great difficulty achieving non-retrogression. This truth is self-evident and beyond doubt. Question 7. The Bodhisattva Maitreya is a one-life bodhisattva who is now in the Tusita heaven. He will succeed Buddha Sakyamuni and become a Buddha in the future. I venture to think that we should cultivate the loftier aspects of the 10 virtues and seek to be reborn in the Tusita heaven, to see him in person. When the time comes for him to descend to earth and become a Buddha, we will follow him and certainly achieve sagehood in the course of his 3 teaching assemblies. Therefore, where is the need to seek rebirth in the Western Pure Land? Answer. Seeking rebirth in the Tusita heaven could be considered equivalent to hearing the Dharma and seeing the Buddha. It seems very similar to seeking rebirth in the Western Pure Land. However, upon close scrutiny, there are many great differences between the two. Let us cite 2 points for the sake of discussion. Even though we may cultivate the 10 virtues, it is not certain that we will achieve rebirth in the Tusita heaven. As stated in the sutras, the practitioner must cultivate the various samadhi and enter deeply into right concentration to obtain rebirth in the inner court of the Tusita heaven. From that we can deduce that the Bodhisattva Maitreya lacks the expedient of welcoming and escorting. This cannot be compared to the power of Amitabha Buddha's original vow and his power of light, which can gather in and rescue all sentient beings who concentrate on him. Moreover, when Buddha Sakyamuni explained the meaning of the welcoming and escorting expedient in his exposition of the 9 grades of rebirth, he earnestly enjoined sentient beings to seek rebirth in the Western Pure Land. This expedient is very simple. The practitioner need only recite the name of Amitabha Buddha and, thanks to the congruence of sentiment and response, he will immediately achieve rebirth. This is analogous to an enlistment campaign. Those who wish to join the army may do so immediately, as their desire parallels the goal of the state. Secondly, the Tusita heaven is, after all, still within the realm of desire, to which our Saha world also belongs. Therefore, those who retrogress are legion. In that heaven, the birds, rivers, forests, trees, wind, do not preach the Dharma and thus cannot help sentient beings destroy afflictions, focus on the triple jewel nor develop the Bodhi mind. Moreover, in that realm, there are goddesses who kindle the 5 desires in the minds of celestial beings, to the point where few of them escape distraction and infatuation. How can this be compared to the Western Pure Land, 46, where the trees and birds proclaim the wonderful Dharma and the wind sings of enlightenment, destroying the afflictions of sentient beings and reinforcing the Bodhi mind of practitioners? Moreover, in the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha, there are no seductive beings or beings concerned with self-enlightenment alone. There are only pure vessels of the Mahayana way. Therefore, afflictions and evil karma cannot arise. Under these circumstances, how can cultivators fail to achieve the stage of non-retrogression swiftly? We have only drawn a few points of comparison, yet the differences between the Pure Land and the Tusita heaven are already obvious. How can there be any further doubt or hesitation? Moreover, seeing the Bodhisattva Maitreya and achieving the fruits of arhatship is not necessarily a sure thing. During the lifetime of Buddha Sakyamuni, there were many who saw the Buddha but did not achieve sagehood. In the future, when the Bodhisattva Maitreya appears in the world, the same will be true. Countless sentient beings will see him and listen to the Dharma but not attain arhatship. Such is not the case in the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. To be reborn, there is to be assured of attaining the tolerance of non-birth, with no possible retrogression to the triple world nor bondage to the karma of birth and death. In the accounts of the Western land, i.e., India, there is the story of 3 bodhisattvas, Asanga, Vasubandhu and Simhabhadra, all of whom practiced meditation, determined to seek rebirth in the Tusita heaven. They all vowed that if the first one of them to die were reborn in the inner court of the Tusita heaven and saw the Bodhisattva Maitreya, he would return and inform the others. Simhabhadra died first, but a long time elapsed and he still had not returned. Later, when Vasubandhu was nearing death, Asanga said to him, "After paying your respects to Maitreya, come back and let me know right away." Vasubandhu died, but did not return for 3 years. Asanga inquired, "Why did it take you so long?" Vasubandhu answered, "After paying my respects to the Bodhisattva Maitreya, listening to his sermon and exhortations, and respectfully circumambulating him 3 times, I came back immediately. I could not return sooner because a day and night in the Tusita heaven is equivalent to 400 years on earth." Asanga then asked, "Where is Simabhadra now?" Vasubandhu replied, "He has strayed into the outer court of the Tusita heaven, and is now entangled in the 5 pleasures. From the time of his death to now, he has been unable to see Maitreya." We can deduce from this anecdote that even lesser bodhisattvas who are reborn in the Tusita heaven are subject to delusion, not to mention common mortals. Therefore, practitioners who wish to be assured of non-retrogression should seek rebirth in the Western Pure Land rather than the Tusita heaven.